Hi there, I have finally splurged and spent more than $100 on a knife, Australian. Yeah, in Australia these cost more than $100 from even the lowest priced eBay vendors. This is of course my new everyday carry knife, the Spyderco Delica 4 in blue. I have a knife and multi-tool hobby, more multi-tools. This will probably be the knife that I stop at. I have this great hobby, but I also have had a budget problem. So whilst getting as many as I could, within reason, just to try as many out as I could, I was usually limited for my everyday carry knives, and I was for a long time, $50 knives, like this Leatherman Krater C33. I'd always carry the Swiss Army knives as well, they're always good. More on the multi-tool category though, but for dedicated blades, things like this, and the Cold Steel Mini Tough Light, $40, Senran Mu 710, $15, way back to the Bear Grylls Compact Scout, and my Gerber LHT, and all those sorts of things. Very rarely scraping above $50 at all. Spyderco Delica I paid 109 Australian dollars for. I think in America you'll pay $50 for it. I guess we have higher wage. I think we have a higher wage here. I think our living standards are about the same, but we have higher wage, so everything just catches up. They may as well pay us less and sell everything for less. That's how I do it, but I don't run things. But from the moment I got this out of the box, I was very, very wrapped with it. It's just as good as I thought it would be. It's actually exceeded a couple of my expectations. Of course, it's a very documented knife. There's YouTube videos on this from everyone who has a knife channel, and I doubt any of my thoughts will be any newer or any more cutting edge than those of your cutlery lovers or your nut and fancies. So I'm going to just talk a little bit about it and talk about what I'm going to do with it and what I like about it, and that'll be that. So I love the blue colour. That is a very nice blue scale right there. It's very well formed as well. It's a plastic mold. It's a hard plastic. For some reason I had an idea in my head it was going to be a bit rubbery, but it's not. It's very hard plastic. But these bits, the corners are all facing towards your thumb on this side, and it's facing towards the ball of your hand on this side. So it does make for a very positive grip when you're holding it. The blade steel is VG10. Made in Seiki City, Japan. They must have a big VG10 or laminated steel factory in Seiki City, because they make Falcon Evans U2 and U4 range, all of that powder gold steel. And I think Seiki City must have a big giant steel district in it that has lots of cutlery steels, because it seems to be where all of the cutlery is coming out of. It's got a leaf-shaped spider point blade with a slight drop on the end. Very much a standard Spyderco looking knife, kind of that bird-like look to it with the big eye and the little spider logo there. It's got a very cool, lockback is my preferred locking style of knife. I just think they're a bit safer. I'm not for fast deployment of knives or anything like that. I don't care. I'm just as happy with nail nick or really, I mean, this is always preferable, but it wouldn't turn me off a knife if it didn't have one hand opening. I really like this type of lockback. It's got this nice little softer bit where you push your finger. It sort of just leads your thumb there naturally, and then you stop, and then you can rest it in. I think to get over the border, it's been tightened a bit to pass their drop test that customs do with random knives sometimes. In Australia, to get in the country, they'll push the lock down and shake the knife, and if it swings shut, then they'll say it's too much of a one-hand opening type knife. So massive nerds, I know, but I think because of that process, it's altered the centering a little bit, which is fine. I can fix that. But then I don't actually mind it being a bit harder to get out. It means if my kid was to get it for a split second or something, not that they ever do, but they wouldn't just be able to like push the button and the knife instantly have knife open. So you have to it's actually quite stiff, which I think is good. Doesn't bother me. I'm not using knives in a combat sense or in any sort of rapidly deploying sense, or no more rapid than that takes anyway. So it'll just be my everyday carry knife, and I can't see much else getting into its rotation for a fair while because I'm absolutely wrapped with it. I was using the Leatherman Crater, and this has been a very good knife and has served me very well. I love the blade shape of this, and for 420 HC it's done very well. I've sharpened it a few times. This gets razor sharp, but just nowhere near how sharp this knife came. Scary sharp out the box. Just, you know, I'm just going to do a hair shave for you all. Just bold skin there now. And that was, yeah, not a lot of pressure at all. So, yeah, they don't lie when they say that they sell them razor sharp, which is great. It's nice to get that out of the box. Leatherman was the same, but then you get the cheaper knives like this one I just reviewed. I don't want to beat this one up. This is a different purpose knife. It's big and heavy and clunky, and yeah, but most knives that are less than $50 will come fairly dull, I've found. It's a great everyday carry because it's very thin. It's very light. Let's weigh it. Weighs 65 grams. So when you compare that to, say, that big old knife I brought out before, it's 142 grams. So it's a third the weight of this for almost the same size. So it's obvious that this one's designed for heavy tasks, and this one's designed for everyday use. Not that this wouldn't do your heavier tasks as well. I wouldn't be too fussed about putting this in a fair few places. I wouldn't wince at doing a bit of woodwork with it or anything. The grind is really good. It's a thin blade, but it doesn't flex or bend or anything, and it's yeah, the tip's fine, but it's also reinforced by that slight drop, and it does have a very hard to see partial steel liner to about there, where so it's not just a plastic handle that you can squeeze through. So it's actually, well, it's made very well because it's a Spyderco, and it's sort of a mid-tier Spyderco, so it's made very well indeed. But while it's not being overbuilt, I certainly won't shy away from using it for more than just cutting paper and opening letters. Pocket clip, I think I might do what everyone else does and strip that off and make it silver. I don't mind the black look, and it actually goes quite well when it's sitting in my pocket next to my Preon torch or something like that with a little black pocket clip, but I think that'd be nice as silver, so I might do that. You can move the pocket clip, but it came with tip up, right hand carry, so I think that's the way I'll keep it. Or is that left hand carry? No, that'd be right hand carry. Pull it out, knife up, yeah, fantastic. So the Leatherman may see a fair bit of draw time now, because this is definitely the new kid on the block and will be for a while. And you know what, I'm sure everyone has said at one point, oh, this is the knife I'll stop on, but I think this might actually be the knife that I stop on for any purposes other than perhaps if I need to grab something to review for this channel. If I feel like doing a review, I might spend a little bit on a knife. I've got another Gentleman's folder coming, which I will review, which is for more sort of outdoory or out with people, social occasions. This isn't a big knife, but for Australian standards, it's a 3-inch blade and it looks unusual, so it will be eye-catching. So I won't be taking this everywhere with me, but I will be taking it out whenever I'm not likely to come across people I don't know. So that is the Spyderco Delica 4 in blue. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.